It is Monday, April 13th, and welcome to the Doom Report. Okay, so over the weekend, the negotiations went nowhere. Not that I really think any of us expected them to go anywhere. And the Iranians said the strait is still closed, of course, unless you're one of their buddies and you pay the ferryman, right? Pay the toll. In response to that, President Trump has said either everybody goes through or nobody goes through, and has effectively launched a military blockade of the Strait of Hormuz that went into effect at 10 a.m. today. So there's no oil going through, there's no fertilizer going through, which is my major concern. There's no nothing going through right now. So your prices are going to continue to skyrocket. Oil, gas, food are going to go up, up, up. So you need to stock up as much food as you possibly can. You should be growing your own food if you have the ability to. If you do not have the ability to, you need to buddy up with somebody who does grow food and set up some kind of barter system. Even if that barter system is, hey, I'll do some work for you in exchange for some produce, because your time is a bartering item as well. Keep that in mind. Now, I'm not telling you this because I want you to be scared or, freaking out. Listen, the normies, when this all catches up to us, and it will, it's going to take a few more months, but it's going to catch up. The normies are going to lose their mind because, most of them are zombies. And if it doesn't happen right outside of their front door, they have no idea what's going on. The idea of this is so that you're informed of what's going on and can prepare accordingly. So when it all comes down and the rest of the world's panicking and losing their minds, you can sit on the porch with a cup of coffee and just watch the world go crazy. So that's why we tell you this. We're not trying to be, fear porn, doom porn, anything like that. I want you to be prepared. And speaking of fuel shortages, Ireland is basically out of fuel. Half of their stations are completely empty. The other half is being blocked by protesters who are protesting high fuel costs. So Ireland is basically shut down right now. They have no gasoline flowing through anything. Now, could that happen here? It could. I don't expect it to get quite that bad, but it is something to keep in the back of your mind. And now on to the rest of the news. Newly elected Hungarian President Magyar says he will press Putin to end the war in Ukraine. A ship tracking firm reports that 121 empty oil tankers are making their way to the United States to fill up with our oil. President Trump, speaking on Iran, has said we cannot let a country blackmail or extort the rest of the world. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Sunday approved military security Major General Roman Goffman as the next head of the Mossad. A judge has dismissed Trump's $10 billion lawsuit over the Wall Street Journal's Epstein reporting. Eric Swalwell has exited the California governor's race after assault allegations. The elections in Peru stretches into a second day after the ballot delivery system has failed. Sounds a little sketchy. Super Typhoon Sinlaku is bearing down on the northern Mariana Island chain of the U.S. It is reported to be the largest storm on the planet this year. The Cuban president says he has no fear of the U.S. The president, Trump, and the Pope are at odds at each other over the war in Iran. Canadian Prime Minister Carney is on the verge of a majority government in the special election. Australia has appointed a female army chief for the first time in history. Turkey has threatened military action against Israel. Guys, if you don't think this is going to eventually turn into World War III, it is. Trump has said one of their red lines is that China cannot send any military equipment to Iran. And guess what China's going to do? Yep, they're going to send military equipment to Iran. Things are just going to get worse. Oil prices have went back up over $100 a barrel as the U.S. blockade goes into effect. U.S. home sales fell in March, marking a slow start to the spring home buying season. Well, yeah, that's because the home prices are extremely out of control, and us peasants can't afford to buy one anymore. Here's the big problem with all these prices going up, not just the housing, but the food and everything else. Prices don't go down. They'll go up due to all this chaos that's going on and the blockades and the shortages and everything else. But when this is over, the prices won't come back down because they just never do. These companies get used to making all this money and they're just like, cool, we're going to keep it up. So we're in real trouble. Sam Altman has reportedly been targeted in a second attack. Palantir CEO has said that AI will replace humanity's jobs. So as the economy goes up and the people struggle more and more, now your job's going to get taken away. I don't know how we're going to function after all this. Guys, get ready now. Like I said, I don't want you to be scared. I want you to be prepared. Get ready so when all this craziness comes to a head, and it's gearing up, it's coming. It might take a week. It might take 6 months. It might be next year. But it's coming. And I don't want you guys to suffer for it. So get ready. Get prepared. Stock food, water, cash, make plans, make sure your security's tight, make sure your group's tight, and keep doing the things. And in the meantime, try to have a little fun. Try to keep your mental health in a good place. This is OVP. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see y'all on the next one.